Matthew Payne, Sam Owens. Across the half-back line is Daniel Tomazzi, Ken Wrigglesworth and Neil Coppy. Across the centre line is Andrew Saunders, Chris Allen and Wayne Rosa. The half-forward line of Shane Hadley, Neville Rogers, Graham Benbow. Full forward line of Danny Bell, Claridge at full forward and Jason Drono in the forward pocket. The first ruck will be led by Rick Jakovic, Darren Short and Sean Bletcherton. The interchange players are Peter Mamoni, Ronald McKenzie, Chris Preedy, Todd Exel and Adrian Webster, and unfortunately the young Jared Simpson, who has been injured during the week, is unavailable to take his place in the lineup, but has been a main part of the Hawks getting into this grand final this morning here at Hands Memorial Oval. Should be a great game of football. In the second semi-final, it was South Bunbury who came out on top by a margin of around 5 goals, and in that game they played a tremendous brand of football, particularly after half-time, and I think the big crowd in attendance should be looking forward to a very good game of football this morning.
Hawks just won the toss.
Augusta Margaret have won the toss, and they are kicking towards the South Bunbury club end of the ground as players start to move into position, and very shortly this 1990 grand final will be underway. All is readiest for the start of the grand final for 1990 as the umpire holds the ball aloft. There goes the bounce down to Daniel White opposed to Rick Jakovic in the ruck. Jakovic gets the tap out into the direction of Chris Allen. He gathers the football, gets onto the right foot, kicks out towards the left centre wing. In chases Benbow for the Augusta Margaret River side, hotly pursued by Troy Marsh. He gets a handball over in the direction of Drono, well smothered off the boot by Jeffries for South Bunbury. The ball comes out and South force the ball up the outer side of the ground, and in front for Augusta Margaret to take a strong mark is Darren Short. Short will go back and look further afield. There goes Short's kick up towards centre half forward in the direction of Rogers. It's Drono there with competing with Holmes, I think it is, for the South Bunbury side. Drono gathers the crumbs, gets on the left foot, shoots towards full forward, but Travis Grendel at full back takes a strong mark on the chest. He switches play up towards the South Bunbury side of the ground, and the South Bunbury player slipped over the crucial stage of the game. It's picked up by Bletcherton, but the ball's been forced over the line and out of bounds deep in that right full forward pocket for the Augusta Margaret River side. Here goes the boundary throw, and it's Bell to do the ruck work, this time with Holmes of South Bunbury. The ball's thumped towards the boundary line, and once again it's gone over the line and out of bounds and we're wet on the throw-in. And the first score on the board goes to Augusta Margaret River. They're 1 goal straight, leading South Bunbury yet to score. Ball back in the centre of the ground as the umpire thumps the ball in the turf. Once again it's Jakovic and Wright to do the ruck work. Chance for Bott of South Bunbury. He looked as though he was tackled high. Yes, he'll get the free kick. And Ben Bott for South Bunbury. There goes his kick in towards centre half forward. Wrigglesworth and the South Bunbury player overrun the ball. A chance for South as they pick it up in the direction of Morgan. Morgan can get onto his left foot, shoots up towards full forward. Ball's over the top of the pack and thumped through for the minor score, and South Bunbury trail Augusta Margaret River 1 solitary point to Augusta Margaret River 1 goal. But on Sam Owens from full back to bring the ball back into play. He decides to kick out towards the clubhouse side of the grandstand side of the ground. It's Saunders in front, but over the back comes Scott Waldrop. He thumps the ball forward to give Morgan the run of the football, but it's forced over. No, it's out of bounds on the full, and the kick back into play will be taken by Bletcherton of Augusta Margaret River. There goes Bletcherton's kick up towards the right half-back flank. Bott high into the air, can't take the mark. This gives Waldrop the chance to put the ball back in deep into the forward line for South Bunbury. Over running the ball was Napton, and it allows South in for a chance through Sharp. Sharp gets on the left foot, shoots towards full forward, and he's brought up the first major for the Tigers. They go to 1 goal 1, leading Augusta Margaret River 1 goal straight, played 3 minutes into the first term. Ball back in the centre of the ground. Umpire throws the ball down. Once again it's Wright and Jakovic, who look like doing battle all day in that centre of the ground. It's tapped forward by Augusta Margaret River. Bell running onto the ball. Outcoming was Jeffries, but he's bundled out of the road. It's picked up by Jones. He gets his right foot to the ball, but only to fall in the hands of Bletchin of Augusta Margaret River on that centre wing position. Bletchin going more direct in towards centre half forward in the Rogers directions. Bell in front. Rogers from behind can't take the mark. Gets a handball in towards short. He gets on the left foot, kicks down towards full forward, and he was given a bit of treatment after he'd got rid of the ball, and there will be a relayed free kick down the ground. It'll go to the full forward for Augusta Margaret and Lee Claridge, who is about 30-35 metres out from goals, directly in front. Right on Claridge as he lines up. There goes the right footed drop. Punt towards full forward. The goal umpire's moved a bit to his right, but he's signalled as a full corner, and Augusta Margaret will move along to 2 goals straight, leading South Bunbury 1-1. Ball back in the centre, and to go to it again is once again Jakovic and Wright. Wright gets the tap out over towards Travata. He can't get to the ball. This gives the chance to Benbow to get his foot to the ball, but off the side of the boot it goes. Bletchin leads in the race for the ball. He's letting Travata, who comes in from behind, gathers brilliantly, gets onto the left foot, shoots down towards half forward in the Morgan direction, and on his chest, Morgan has taken the mark for South Bunbury. He gets on the left, shocking kick up towards the full forward zone. Jakovic, who's dropped back, he can't get the ball out, and it's caught holding the ball, and the free kick to go the way of Sharp to the South Bunbury Tigers. Sharp would be that 35-40 metres out from goal on a slight angle. Distance shouldn't be a problem as we wait on Sharp. There goes the kick. It looks good from here off the boot. Has it got the distance? It has. Yes, it's through the middle, and the second on the board to the South Bunbury side, and the second to Ernie Sharp as South Bunbury move along to 2-1, leading Augusta Margaret with 2 goals with 5.5 minutes in the first term gone.
It's turning into a good game of football.
Yes, just had a comment from our cameraman. It's just a great game of football, ball going from one end of the ground to the other, one side scoring, the opposition they're coming back and getting the goal as the ball's bounced in the middle. It's a chance for Chris Allen. He gets the left foot to the ball over towards Shane Hadley. Hadley's handball goes long towards Rogers. He gets another hand pass in the direction of Bell. Bell's tackled from behind by Lovekick, but it goes on towards Shane Hadley. Hadley in towards full forward. Claridge shepherding the ball through. It's a third on the ball. It's out to the Augusta Margaret side, and they reply in quick fashion as the game has gone for the first 5 or 6 minutes of this first quarter. It's been goal for goal, and it's a very good kick from young Hadley from about 45 metres out, well shepherded through by Claridge, and as I said, Augusta Margaret has their third straight on the board. A very high standard of play has opened up in this grand final for 1990, and the big crowd witnessing will be really enjoying this football as once again it's Wright and Jakovic who go for it. It's picked up and turned by Sean Bletchin. Here's one bounce. Looks further afield towards half forward. There goes the kick, but it's a shocking kick, and it's a strong mark in defence by Ludwig to the South Bunbury side. Ludwig, he goes more central in towards the centre of the ground in the direction of Scott Waldrop, and from behind, Waldrop over the top of short has taken a very good mark. Right on Waldrop now, looking further afield, not many options. There is one in towards the centre half forward position, which went in the direction of Coram. He was pushed in the back, ball come to ground, picked up by Travata. He kicked up towards half forward. This gives South the chance through Mark Sofield. Ball socket off the ground, kicking in danger, I think, was the decision, and the kick will go the way of South Bunbury's half forward in Sofield. Sofield kicks up long towards that 25-metre mark. They're packing it high in the air. No one can take the mark. Ball comes to ground. South swoop onto the loose ball. Gets a hand fast out. This gives a chance to run on the ball to Sharp again for the South Bunbury. But he's well tackled by Payne, and the ball is forced over the line and out of bounds deep in that left full forward pocket to the South Bunbury side, and they trail Augusta Margaret by 5 points. There's the throw in. Jakovic, he's up in front, can't get a clear tap away. Scrimmage of players as Hadley emerges with the football. He gets a handball in the direction of Wayne Rosa. Rosa shakes the tackle, gets a hand pass long towards Allen, but once again that ball is out of bounds about 35 yards around from the South Bunbury goals, and we wait on the boundary umpire to bring the ball back into play. is the throw, and this time Wright has come up the ground to do battle with Jakovic. It's a chance for Scott Waldron, who gets the tap away. This gives the South the chance through the agency of Matthew George there, but Wright's caught, he gets his kick away. No, the umpire said high football, holding it through, and there will be a bounce down. Very lucky to get away with that, the South Bunbury ruckman, as the ball's transferred back. And there'll be a throw down in that half-forward flank position for the South Bunbury side. Jakovic gets the tap away in the direction of Chris Owen. He gets a quick kick up the ground. The chance for the quick check the mark. He can't. This allows Jones to run of the ball for South Bunbury. Into the swoop, the Hawks swoop onto the football. And the umpire's pulled out a free kick and will go the way of Neville Rogers to the Augusta River side on this right centre wing position. There goes the kick upfield down towards half forward. Jono has come across from that forward pocket. In front, has taken a very strong mark. Good mark there to Jono in front of Jeffries to the South Bunbury side. We'll wait on Jono now as he is about 55, 60 metres out from goals. He'll go long towards full forward in the direction of Bell. There's a free kick to the South Bunbury side as well. Within the back with Troy Lovekick, and Lovekick will take a free kick from deep into the Tigers' defensive zone. Lovekick looking out towards this wing position in the direction of Scott Waldrop. He's starting to play well on that centre wing position. A long handball by Lovekick over towards, this gives a chance to Cruikshank. He gets a hand pass on further through to Waldrop. Waldrop back infield to Paul Cruikshank. He's caught back to Waldrop as a quick kick off the boot, finds his big ruckman in Daniel Wright in the true centre of the ground. There goes the kick from Wright up towards half forward in the Morgan direction. He lets the ball go cleverly to Sofield. Sofield runs on immediately, kicks long towards the full forward area. Up there in defence, there's a chance for Adrian Van Burn. He can't take the mark, come off the boot, but off side and off to the right-hand side, and the minor score on the board to South Bunbury as they move along to 2 goals to Rolling Augusta Mo with a 3-goal straight, and we've played 11 minutes into this first term. Sam Owen kicks the ball back into play. Oh, a good kick out towards the 50-metre mark. Up into the air goes Troy Marsh, and that was a very strong mark by Marsh, right on the 50-metre line. Right on Marsh, he looks further for options, deep into attack. There goes the kick. Up the full forward and coming across the face of the pack to take the mark was a South Bunbury player. He handballs in the direction of Morgan. Morgan soccers off the ground, but it's directed him deep in the 10-yard square to save the football. It's a chance for Mark Travado to run on the football, but unfortunately for him, it came off his boot and over the line and out of bounds in that left full forward pocket for South Bunbury. There goes the throw, and it's Jakovic again. He's doing the work with Phil Napton. Napton gets the ball over the back in the direction of Cruikshank again, who's been a very busy player in his opening minutes of this first quarter. There goes a kick from Jakovic out towards half forward, but in the way for the South Bunbury side is Marsh. He plays on immediately, gets a hand pass over towards his teammate, who shoots the ball in towards the true centre half forward position, and it's Paul Cruikshank who once again is in the thick of things and taken a good mark as players tend to start to get a little bit frayed there at the centre half forward position. And it's Marsh though with the football, very good mark as he drifted across the front of the pack, has taken the mark, and Troy Marsh also been a very busy player early in this first term for the South Bunbury Tigers. Wait on Marsh now from around about 35, 40 metres out. There goes the kick towards full forward, pack into the air. We wait on the goal umpire. Yes, it's a goal to young Marsh. A good kick from a good 40, 45 metres out as South Bunbury moved to 3 goals to, leading Augusta Margaret with a 3 goals straight.
Very little breeze today.
Not much
Next to nothing. Ground will be a little bit slippery from the rain we've had, but next to no breeze.
Yes, the breeze not a telling factor in this first term. There's the whistle's gone by the boundary umpire, and who has the extra man in the centre square? South Bunbury, and the free kick to go the way of the Augusta Mo River big ruckman in Rick Jakovic. There goes Jakovic, a short pass out towards the left centre wing position in the direction of Neville Rogers, who's come well down from centre half forward. Oh, he's run a long way, gets a long handball in the direction of Rosa, which wasn't a very good hand pass, but Rosa, he's got enough pace to get to the front position. He's grabbed hold of without the football, and Wayne Rosa, the wingman, first and best this year for the Augusta Margaret River side. There goes his kick up towards the full forward zone. Chance for Courage, who's up with Rendell. Rendell suckers the ball off the ground, only as far as Rogers. He picks up, has a snap towards full forward. We wait on it, but in the last line of defence, right on the line, is the captain of the South Bunbury side, and Paul Holmes to take a very good mark. He Holmes elects to go down the middle of the ground in the direction of his fellow player and Darren Moore. He can't take the mark. Ball stumped out in the open space. Gives Fletcher a chance. Now it's knocked further towards Hadley. Heads hotly pursued by Bott. Hadley gets onto his left foot down towards Drono. It's over that player's head. This allows Jeffries in for South Bunbury. Also run over the football was Holmes. Picked up again by Rogers. He can't have balls knocked out in the tackle. It's gone towards Trowles, looks like down there for the South Bunbury. Pumps the ball very cleverly towards the boundary line and over the line and out of bounds, deep in that left full forward pocket for Augusta Margaret River. As we've now played 15 minutes into this first term, and it's South Bunbury leading the Hawks by 2 solitary points. There's the throw-in. Bell's down there doing the ruckwork, this time with Holmes. Holmes gets a good clear tap away. As far as Bott gathered, he's pushed in the back. No play on calls the umpire. Bletchton gets a wild hand pass out over towards Wayne Rosa. He's caught, gets on the left foot, brilliantly smothered off the boot by Troy Marsh, and the ball's gone over the line and out of bounds once again on that half-forward flank position for the Augusta Margaret River side. Down this throw in again. There goes Holmes doing battle again. He gets a good tap over in the direction of it looked like Jeffries. He gets a kick up towards half forward, and South Bunbury player there in Mark Brown has taken a very good mark. He kicks long towards the full forward area. Sam Owens in front, can't take the mark. Adrian Van Veen gathers the loose football, kicks wide out towards the grandstand side of the ground, but from behind is that player Scott Walden, as we said, has been in the thick of things right from the start. He's gone, centred the ball into a more central location, and has found his teammate in Mark Sofield. Mark Sofield right on the 50-metre line. He goes for a short pass in towards half forward. Jakovic can't take the mark. Picked up in turn by Sharp, is it? He gets a hand pass in the direction of players swoop in, and the umpire says the ball was held to the player, and he will throw the ball down between centre half forward and full forward for the South Bunbury side. Goes the trump down once again. It's going to, as we said all day, it's going to be Wright and Jakovic doing the ruckwork. Wright gets a tap out towards Morgan. Morgan's left foot kick towards full forward is offline and out of bounds on the full in that left full forward pocket for South Bunbury. Neil Coffey's the player up in defence for the Augusta Margaret River side to get the kick out towards Timmy Wigglesworth. Wigglesworth can't take the mark. Ball comes off the hands of the pack once again, and it's over the line and out of bounds around about 50-55 metres around from the South Bunbury goal. There's the throw in. Once again, Wright, a good tap out the back in the direction of that player Waldred again. Oh, brilliantly shepherded by Paul Cruikshank. Gets a long hand pass over the direction of Bott. Bott up towards full forward. Darrenzola in the back of the South Bunbury play. No play on towards the umpire as Morgan gathers the football. He's been tackled high, and Morgan has taken, will get the free kick. He kicks in a short pass. Unattended player there for South Bunbury. Left unattended with round about 30-35 metres out from goal. It was Darren Coram, and Coram will shoot on goals. I don't think distance will be a problem to him. Accuracy will be his only worry as he lines up. No breeze at all to attend with. There goes the kick off the boot. It looks good from here. Up towards the goal line. We wait on the goal umpire. He says yes. That has the distance. And South Bunbury have picked their score. 4 goals 2 to Augusta Margaret River 3 goals straight.
Augusta Margaret River making a change down on the interchange bench.
Yes, young Daniel Tomasi coming off, and Chris Preedy coming off the interchange bench. As the ball's back in the centre of the ground, and once again it's Wright who gets the tap away. Jakovic off the ground tries to thump the ball forward, but only as far as Sofield in there for the middle of the ground for South Bunbury. Socket forward by the Augusta Margaret River side, only as far as Paul Cruikshank. Cruikshank gets his kick up towards in the Morgan direction, but it's Wayne Rosa in front to take the mark. Oh, he plays on. Gets the handball out towards Bletchenden. Bletchenden's handball smothered. Picked up this time by Sofield for South Bunbury. Kicks up towards half forward, but Van Veen coming out of the back pocket. Takes the mark on the chest. Decides to go for a bounce. Ground a little bit slippery after the rain we've had overnight, but he eventually gets his kick up towards the centre wing position. Short drops that he should have taken. Cruikshank, he dumps the ball over the line and out of bounds. On the left centre wing position, there at Hennings Memorial Oval as we wait on the throw, and this time it's Djakovic, and once again, Wright coming from behind. Gets a tap over. Short, he fumbles, overruns the ball. Chance for Allen to pick up the ball. Ball still 3 in the tackle. Allen gets his second chance. He gets his kick down towards half forward, but standing back on his own at half back was Jeffries for the South Bunbury side. There goes Jeffries' kick into the centre of the ground. 2 South Bunbury players to pick from. One goes over the head, drops the mark. Still a chance there for Troy Lubbock. He can't gather the ball. Saunders does. Kicks back down towards half forward. There's Jeffries once again in the road. And this allows Tony Trowles to pick up the football. He kicks into the centre of the ground. Pack of players up. And the umpire's pulled out a free kick. Hadley was away to the Augusta Margaret side, but the kicks will go the way of Wayne Rosa in the centre of the ground. He went on Rosebery, looks further afield, not much on option downfield. There goes the kick high and long towards half forward to the 50-metre line. Bell in front, can't take the mark. Rogers thumps the ball forward. This gives the chance to, looks like Jones for South Bunbury to get the run of the ball. He kicks off the side of the boot and will go out of bounds right in front of the South Bunbury club rooms here at Haynes Memorial Oval, as we've now played 19 minutes into the first term, and at South Bunbury they lead by 8 points. There goes the throw in. Chance there for Trowles at the flight. He gets a hand pass out in the direction of Scott Waldrop. Waldrop gets the ball back to his team up towards Morgan, who's come down from centre half forward. Chris Allen grabs the fumbling football. A chance for Benbow. He overruns. Quickshot goes in, but he goes in too heavy over the top of young Djakovic. And as players tend to start to get fade here in front of us on the centre wing position, and Djakovic has gone to play on the umpire scores play. He's caught late, handballs the ball out, tackled high is a South Bunbury player in Troy Lubkick, but no, the umpire said no, the ball will go the way, a free kick will go the way of, it looks like Rick Djakovic has been given a 30 or 50-metre penalty, as players still, for some unknown reason, continue on down here with a stupid fight going on as we wait on Rick Djakovic, to line up on goal. There goes Djakovic's kick, and he's put one through on the board for the Augusta Margaret in the side as they move along to 4 goals straight, trailing South Bunbury 4 goals too, and we've played 20 and a half minutes into this first term as players think to start becoming a little bit played down here, but it was Djakovic who got the 50-metre penalty, and a good kick from 35 metres out, made no mistake, and brought the Hawks back within 2 points, and as we go into time on in this first quarter. Big right again in the ruck for South Bunbury. He gets a good tap down towards Ben Bott. Bott gathers the loose ball, kicks up towards centre half forward, and coming out in front to take a very strong mark is Matthew Payne. He decides to go wide out towards the half-forward flank, and they're running into open space is Graham Benbow. Benbow's taking the mark on his chest and starting to look forward down towards the centre half-forward position. There he goes, up towards Neville Rogers. He's got in front of his marksman in Tony Trowles. He can't take the mark. Trowles is better one to recover. Gets a grubbered kick going about 5 or 6 metres up the ground. Hadley over the top of a South Bunbury player in just can't pick him up from here. And South to get the free kick. Oh, he kicks into the man on the mark. Hadley gathers the ball, gets his... There goes the right foot up towards the Courage direction. Over the top of Travis Reynolds and Courage. But Reynolds the first one to recover. He gets back. He gets his kick out towards that half-back flank position. Picked up by Drono. He gets a long hand pass in the chance of Danny Bell. Bell's been knocked the ball away from him by Travis Reynolds. Reynolds gets a socket kick up field. But in the meantime, there's been a free kick pulled out, and it'll go the way of Ben Bott, deep in defence for the South Bunbury side. No, the umpire says he's not very happy with that, and he's going to bring Bott around so that he's got to kick over his mark. And the ball's been transferred back now to Bott, and he will take his kick. He elects to come wide towards the South Bunbury club on the side of the ground, in the direction of Rodney Jones. Jones recovers nicely after falling to the ground, gets a good short pass into Waldrop. And Waldrop's taken the mark, just the backward side of the centre of the ground. There goes his kick up towards Bott, who's made position well, drifting down from that centre wing position. Bott's taken a mark. He goes around and plays on immediately. Kicks up towards him. His half-forward position. Coming out from him. Adrian Bean has taken a magnificent mark. He gets the handball over towards Graham Benbow. Benbow kicks in the direction of Jason Drono, but he can't get the ball. It's picked up in turn by Tony Trowles. Trowles kicks up towards the centre of the ground. A big ruckman right for the South Bunbury side gathers, gets a tap out, and this time it's Waldrop again, who's been a very busy player. He gets his kick up. This allows Preedy the run of the ball for Augusta Margaret. It only goes as far as Darren Coram. He taps the ball further afield for the South Bunbury side. Andrew Bean picks the ball up, picked up again by Djakovic. He gets a hand pass. 4 goals at the quarter-time break. For the South Bunbury side, Ernie Sharp has 2, Darren Coram 1, and Troy Marsh 1. For the Gustamarga side, Danny Bell's kicked 1, Rick Jakovich, Lee Claridge and Shane Hadley have all kicked 1 apiece. As I said, it's a South Bunbury leading 4 goals to Gustamarga, 4 goals straight, a margin of 2 points. In readiness to start the second quarter with South Bunbury leading by 2 points as the umpire thumps the ball into the turf. The chance once again is right. It gets a tap over towards a South Bunbury teammate. Ball kicked towards the centre half back position, but it's a free kick to go the way of Ken Wrigglesworth for the Augusta Margaret side. He goes wide out towards that hospital side of the ground. Wayne Rosa has the run of the football, gets a handball in front of himself, then follows up his own hand pass. Is backed up well by Benbow there for the Augusta Margaret side. He kicks up towards half forward. Neville Rogers in the front position, can't take the mark. This allows the player for South Bunbury to get his kick clear down towards the centre of the ground in the direction of Troy Marsh. Marsh can't take the mark, comes off hands to Saunders. He gets a handball over towards Jakovich. Jakovich breaks a tackle, long hand pass in the direction of Short. He's fumbled. This allows a Bott in with a chance for South Bunbury. He can't gather, Bletcherton does. He gets tackled, handballs out in the open, socket off the ground by Mark Travada. He follows his own play up with brilliant pace, gets the ball over the line and out of bounds in front of the grandstand here at Tans Memorial, and it's good to see someone has closed that gate down there. Could have been very dangerous as the player slid towards the boundary line. There's the throw in, Jakovich and Wright to go at it again, Wright in front position, gets a tap out. This allows Hadley the chance, but Wright, he sockers the ball further afield in the direction of Jones. Jones can't gather. This as players swarm in top of the ball and there's a pack of players form, and the umpire says, I'll have the football, and bounce it down right in the true centre of the ground here at Hands Memorial Oval in this Colts Grand Final for 1990 between South Bunbury and Augusta Margaret River. There goes Wright again, gets a clear tap away. Over towards Jones. Jones on the left foot, up towards half forward in the direction of Morgan. Morgan gathers, he's out in front of Payne. Morgan's left foot kick up towards full forward. Owens comes but overruns the football. Wrigglesworth goes back into the fray of things, gathers the football, kicks out towards the centre wing position, but Troy Marsh on the wing has taken a strong mark for the South Bunbury side. He elects to play on immediately, kicks up towards that full forward zone, pack of players near, no one can take the mark, ball comes to ground, a chance for Napton, he can't get the football, and the umpire's blown the whistle, and a free kick has gone the way of Adrian Van Veen for the Augusta Margaret River side, deep in that right full back position for the Augusta Margaret River side. We wait on Van Veen, he's off, kicked the ball, hooked it around the side off the boot, and Bottigal has taken a mark. He plays on with a quick handball towards Waldrop. Waldrop lets the football go as his teammate in Ben Bott was coming up with the run of the play, and Bott will get the free kick deep on that right half forward flank position for the South Bunbury side as we wait for the ball to be transferred back to Bott.
Actually, he was lucky there. The umpire allowed it to play on. It went straight through the middle.
Yes, a goal was kicked as the South Bunbury player played on, but unfortunately for the South Bunbury Tigers, the umpire brought the ball back and Bott has had to kick over his mark. There goes the kick from Bott. Not bad from here, no, it's off the side of the boot and out of bounds on the full, deep in that right full forward pocket, and the kick back into play will be taken by the back pocket player in Sam Owens for Augusta Margaret River. There goes Owens' kick up towards the half-back position. High into the air goes Preedy in front of the pack to take a very good mark. But no, the umpire has called the ball back, and there's been a free kick for an interference to a South Bunbury player as players once again start to get involved in a scuffle on that half-back flank position. I didn't see what happened there with the free kick to go the way of the South Bunbury side. In the meantime, players are starting to get really involved in this, which is no need for their performance in the first quarter. Was tremendous football played by both sides as a fracas takes place as South Bunbury get on with the game. They're kicking towards half forward, but Neil Coffey has taken the mark in defence. No, in the meantime, there's been a 50-metre penalty as players, umpires, trainers and so forth try to sort things out on this half-back flank position as the kick towards full forward by Darren Coram has kicked truly for the South Bunbury side, and to bring up his second for the game as South move along now to 5-2, leading Augusta Margaret River 4 goals straight. Thanks, Jim.
A bit silly of the players out there. They're getting involved in these fights. They don't realise they're going to be missing quite a few games at the start of next season.
Yes, quite agree with that there.
Quite a few reports already by the look of things.
Yes, the standard of football certainly doesn't, the way the two sides are played, doesn't need these fights going on around the ground. As the ball's back in the centre of the ground, once again Jakovic and Wright go to it. Jakovic gathers, he gets a hand pass out towards Bletcheden. Bletcheden under pressure, handballs in the direction of Chris Allen. He can't gather the ball, but big ruckman Wright pumps the ball clear in the open spaces. But only as far as Chris Allen for the Augusta Margaret River side, who goes up towards Claridge at full forward and has taken a very, very good mark in front of young Travis Rendell for the Augusta Margaret River side. A tremendous mark there to Claridge, and he's 25 metres out from goals. Will kick right on the 25-metre line, and this could be the answering goal. As we've seen in the first quarter, it was one side kicking a goal and the other going down immediately and replying, and the way in which this second term has started, this could be the same trend as happened in the first term as Claridge lines up from the 25-metre mark. There goes the kick from here. Goal umpire doesn't move very far, and Augusta Margaret River have their fifth on the board, trailing South Bunbury 5-2. Quick transfer of play out of the centre as the sun comes out and starting to get quite warm here after the overnight rain we've had, as once again Wright and Jakovic will be saying that all day as they go head and tong again at the centre of the ground. But it's Darren Short for Augusta Margaret who gathers and kicks up towards half forward. Neville Rogers from behind. This allows South Bunbury in with a chance to tap the ball forward. No one can gather the football. It's over the football is Short. He gets grabbed by Jeffries. And in the meantime, there's been a free kick which will go the way of, it looks like, Tony Trowles for the South Bunbury side at the true centre half-back position. He goes Trowles' kick up towards the centre of the ground. Coming from over the back of the pack was Jason Bodigal. He can't take the mark. Ball comes to ground, knocked forward by South Bunbury. In goes Rosa. He's over the top, picked up by Jakovic. He gets a hand pass out in the open spaces in the direction of Jeffries for South Bunbury, who tried to gather, but in the meantime Short has been held without the football, and Darren Short for Augusta Margaret will take the free kick only about 10-15 metres the attacking side of the centre circle. Short's been told by the umpire to come around on his over the kick over the mark. No movement up forward for the Hawks as Short decides to go long up towards Rogers and Bell direction. Ball comes off the pack, picked up by Drono. He snaps towards full forward. Claridge and Rendell on a one-out duel, and the mark has been paid to Rendell for the South Bunbury side, right in the 10-yard square, deep in defence. There goes Rendell's kick. He decides to go to the outer side of the ground, over towards Scott Waldrop. Waldrop can't take the mark. This still allows Allen to get the handball over. He'll get over towards Benbow, running in towards an open goal from 25 metres out. We wait on the goal umpire. Benbow has kicked truly as Augusta Margaret River bring up their sixth, and they lead South Bunbury 5-2. It's Augusta Margaret River leading 6 goals straight by a margin of by 4 points to the Augusta Margaret River side. Well, ball back in the centre of the ground, and once again Jakovic and Wright to do battle. Ball comes in the direction of Cruikshank. Cruikshank can't gather the ball, knocked forward by Bletcheden. He knocks the ball out in the open spaces. This is allows Sofield in with a chance. He gets his kick down towards half forward. It was dealt with after he'd got rid of the ball, and there will be a relayed free kick down the ground to South Bunbury from about that 55-60 metres out from goal. There goes the kick up towards full forward. In front was Phil Napton. The ball punched clear by Sam Owens. A handball out towards Wrigglesworth. Wrigglesworth gets onto the right foot, kicks out wide towards that right centre wing position. Rosa has the run of the football, but unfortunately for him and the Hawks, the boundary line was too close and the ball's gone over the line and out of bounds on that centre wing position. Once again, Wright and Jakovic do battle. Jakovic gets a good tap away over towards the direction of Bletcheden. Could have been held. No, play on calls the umpire. Kicks up towards South Bunbury. Get the ball up towards Paul Cruikshank again. He can't gather. This allows... he gets his kick in up towards half forward. Swooping on the football at South Bunbury. Kick the ball long towards full forward. And down there, is it Sharp or is it Mark Brown that's taken the mark right on the goal line? And he will, from a... It's Sharp, Ernie Sharp has taken the mark down there on a very acute angle. This has been brought right around by the umpire, and he could reply to that last goal by the Augusta Margaret River side. There goes Sharp's kick. The goal umpire has not moved very much, and it's a good kick from there. And South Bunbury have their sixth. They lead 6 goals too. Augusta Motor 6 goals straight as we played 10 minutes into this second term.
You need to give Peter service to the misses.
Yeah. That was Sharp's third personal goal for the game, and we've only, as I said, only played 10 minutes into this second quarter, starting to prove a very dangerous player down there in the forward line as the ball's bouncing the centre of the ground, and it's right, it gets a big tap away, but Hadley swoops on the ball, gets a kick but off the side of the boot and goes backwards towards the South Bunbury half forward line. There's a chance there for Morgan, who puts himself in front, and he receives a free kick. There goes his left foot kick out towards Mark Sofield. Sofield gathers. No, he falls over now. Pump gathers again, gets a hand pass away to no one in particular. It's picked up there by South Bunbury, who kick him towards a more central location, but coming across the front of the pack to take the mark is Jakovic. Jakovic goes wide out towards Chris Allen on that centre wing position. Allen's taken the mark. Then he comes back around his play, gets onto the left foot, kicks up towards half forward into no man's land. Has allowed Bell the run of the ball. He gets it brilliantly hand passed over to Rogers. Rogers again back to the direction of Bell, but only goes as far as Tony Trowles. Trowles gets his kick up towards the centre of the ground, but Hadley in the front position. He's run down brilliantly. The ball spills in the tackle. Bletchington gets a hand pass out in the direction of Rosa. Rosa breaks across that half forward line position, gets his kick in, but only as far as South. No, there's been a relayed free kick, or the kick will come back as Rosa was dealt with after he got rid of the ball, and a relayed free kick up the ground will go the way of the Augusta Motor full forward in lead, Claridge. Only about that 35 metres out, but on a very acute angle and hard to kick goals from there at this oval. There goes the kick from Claridge up towards full forward. Well, he's done something and kicked a magnificent goal from deep out in that right full forward pocket as Augusta Margaret River retain the lead. They lead 7 goals straight to South Bunbury 6 goals 2, and the crowd the big crowd that's come here early are witnessing a very, very good game of football in this Colts 1990 grand final, and that's Claridge's third. As said, Sharp down at the other end of the ground's proving a problem with Claridge up at full forward. That's his third as Augusta Margaret River, they lead by 4 points. 12 minutes into this second term, Jakovic allowed to go alone in the ruck, gets a brilliant tap towards Benbow. He fumbles, a chance for Coffey, he can't gather. South knocked the ball forward, brilliantly tackled by Rosa was Mark Travada, but too high, said the umpire, and Travada will take the kick right on the edge of the centre square. There goes Travada's kick up towards the full forward zone. Out coming is Napton. It's over that player's head. That danger man Sharp again gets onto his left foot, hooks it in towards full forward, and standing his ground to take a very good mark is a South Bunbury forward pocket player. We'll pick him up in just a moment, and he has a chance to reply for the South Bunbury side. It's Jason Bodigal from only about 20 metres out, directly in front. Shouldn't have any problem at all in putting this one through. He's done that. Then South Bunbury regain the lead, and it's a goal-for-goal situation here at Hands Memorial. 7-2 they lead to 7 goals straight. 14 minutes into the first term, and it's still South Bunbury, that 2-point break as the ball's back in the centre right, gets a long tap away. This gives Jeffries a chance. He gets on his right foot, only travels about 5 or 6 metres up the ground. But leading in the race for the ball is Bodigal for the South Bunbury side over Neil Coffey. Bodigal gathers brilliantly. His ball spills free in the tackle, knocked forward, a chance for Benbow. He gets a rush kick up forward. Saunders running on the loose football. He gets his kick up towards half forward, but out in front to take the mark. No, Holmes has dropped what he should have taken. He's caught holding the ball, no play on. The ball swoops to Spills clear to Bell with a long hand pass in the direction of Rosa. Rosa running in towards an open goal. Shoots towards full forward, and he's brought up the 8th goal on the board in a brilliant passage of football. And this is definitely a really top-class game of football. Both sides putting on a magnificent performance for the big crowd here. As Augusta Margaret, they regain the lead. They move to 8 goals straight, leading South Bunbury 7 goals 2, and 15 minutes have gone.
I'd like to ask all the people standing on the seats in front of the grandstand, could you please sit on them, please? The people are standing on the seats, please sit on them.
Ball back in the middle of the ground as it's goal for goal by both these sides. As South Bunbury get the ball out of the middle of the ground through the agency of Jones, he kicks up towards centre half forward, but Wrigglesworth, falling back with the flight of the football, has taken a very good mark in front of his marksman in Darren Coram. Wrigglesworth decides to go wide towards the hospital side of the ground, in the direction of Benbow it looked like, but over the top has come Scott Waldrop to take a very good mark. Waldrop goes towards full forward. Oh, in the back, a kick could have gone to Owens. In the meantime, the ball's been punched forward by Bott for the South Bunbury side, over towards that man Sharp again, is it? And he has kicked another goal there for the South Bunbury side as they regain the lead, as it's ball going from one end of the ground in a magnificent game of football, and South's lead 8 goals 2, Augusta Margaret 8 goals.
Actually, one of the most interesting statistics of the whole lot is 16 goals have been scored and only 2 points. That's quite a remarkable effort. We haven't even reached half time yet.
Penalty. Yes, a good comment from our cameraman up here at not even half time as yet, and 16 goals have been kicked and only 2 points. So that really tells the story of how this game's gone. As the ball's back in the centre of the ground, it's right with a big thump. 20-25 metres down the ground in the direction of Morgan. He overruns the football. Bletching the chance for Augusta Margaret River. Can't gather. This allows Jones in for South Bunbury. He's forcing the ball out towards that half-forward flank position, and giving good support was Coram, but the ball has beaten all players over the line and out of bounds on that left half-forward flank position for the South Bunbury side. As once again, it's that right Jakovic duel going on again, right with a brilliant tap down, gets it down to his rover. This allows the player in Napton to come out. He can't go. Ball's forced forward by the Augusta Margaret River side. A foot race here on the centre wing position with South Bunbury. Oh, yes, a free kick will go the way of Marsh. He was held without the football, said the umpire, and Troy Marsh to take the kick on this centre wing position for the South Bunbury side, as he will drive his side into attack. There goes his kick up towards half-forward flank. Coming out in front is Sofield for the South Bunbury side, and he was pushed in the back, and the kick will go the way of Mark Sofield. Sofield elects to centre the ball in a more central location, up towards the full forward zone, but coming across once again in front of the pack is Rick Jakovic, the ruckman for the Augusta Margaret River side, to take a very strong mark. He goes wide up towards Chris Allen. He had a big job against the big ruckman in right for South Bunbury, but he's recovered very well. Oh, he's got his kick away, but it's smothered off the boot. This allows the chance for Cruikshank to gather. He can't. Hadley gets the ball for Augustin, tackled strongly by Wright. Holding the ball calls the crowd as Jeffries breaks away for South Bunbury up towards his teammate in Jones, allows him to run on the ball, but it's that man Sharp again who dummies around his opponent, gets onto the left foot, deep in that full forward pocket, shoots towards the tall timbers, pack of players into the air, and there's been a mark paid in defence, and it'll go to Adrian Van Veen for Augusta Margaret River. He goes Van Veen. He kicks out towards the South Bunbury clubhouse side of the ground. Wrigglesworth in front. Can't take the mark. He's pursued upon by Travada. And the umpire said too high, and the free kick will go the way of Ken Wrigglesworth for the Augusta Margaret River side in that back pocket position. There goes Wrigglesworth kick up towards between half back and the centre of the ground. A push in the back there to Troy Marsh went unnoticed by the umpire, and the mark has been paid to Wayne Rosa. Wayne Rosa, I don't know whether he's foxing there for 50 or... Well, the umpire's coming and taking control, and Rosa's played on immediately, and a shocking kick in towards the centre of the ground only goes as far as Jones for South Bunbury. Well, that was a silly kick. There was 3 South Bunbury players there, and opposed to one as Jones drives South forward. Coppy's in the road there for Augusta Margaret River. It's tapped forward again by Wrigglesworth in direction of Bletchen. He's caught high, and the free kick will go the way of Sean Bletchenden for the Augusta Margaret River side. Not many options upfield, not much movement at all as he decides to go around his player. He kicks up towards the centre of the ground. Benbow's a chance. Bell coming from behind. Can't take the mark. This allows Trowels in. He can't gather the ball. A pack of players form and the umpire says, I'll have the football, and he will bounce the ball down just wide of the centre circle with 19 going into time on in this second term. As Jakovic gets a brilliant tap out towards Saunders, he overruns the football. Sofield's a chance. He gets his kick down towards the half-forward line. Coffey in front of his marksman in Jason Bodigal, and Coffey's taken the mark. Coffey goes short in the direction of Jakovic, but only as far as Sofield for the South Bunbury side. It's Sofield and Jakovic doing battle on the ground, and once again the umpire will move in and bounce the ball down on that right half-forward flank position in front of the South Bunbury club rooms. As Matthew Payne's just come off and Daniel Tomazzi back on for the Augusta Margaret River side, as Wright takes clean possession. He's caught holding the ball, a one-handed punch. A very good tackle by Bletchenden on the big South Bunbury ruckman. Wait on Bletchenden, there goes his kick out towards his centre wing position. Wrigglesworth in front, but coming over the top is Paul Holmes for South Bunbury. His kick only goes as far as Chris Allen. Allen's kick up towards the Bell direction. Bell thumps the ball on cleverly towards Wayne Rosa. Rosa has the run of the ball, has a lot of pace, this player. There goes his kick towards Claridge. And once again, the umpires picked out a kick after delivering the football. The free kick to relayed free kick down the ground. And as long as they keep this and be consistent with it, it will maybe take some of the malice out of the game that we've seen early on in the first quarter and the start of this second term. Well, Claridge kicked a goal from that opposite pocket not long ago, about 5 minutes or so ago, on his right foot from the wrong pocket. This time he's in the right pocket for a right footer, but it's away to the left and through for the minor score as Augusta Margaret River edge that little bit closer. 8 goals to South Bunbury, leading Augusta Margaret River 8 goals 1, and we're now played 22 minutes into this second term, and it shouldn't be long before the half-time break in what has been a magnificent half of football here at Hean's. Wait on young Travis Rendell, the full-back for the South Bunbury side, but undecided where to go. Now he decides to come grandstand side, kicks out towards young Crookshank. He can't take the mark. Tackled by Saunders for the Augusta Margaret River side, and the umpire said, you made no attempt, son, to get that ball out, and the free kick will go the way of Andrew Saunders. Saunders about 55 metres out, won't get distance, should go long though and get the ball more central location. There it goes up towards the Claridge direction. He's high in the air, can't take the mark. Bell gets a handball towards Benbow, coming through strongly is Rendell to break up this attack. There goes Rendell's kick up towards this centre wing position, and in front is Ben Bott to take a very strong mark. Bott will go centre. He will centre the ball. He does it brilliantly. A brilliant kick by Bott has found his teammate in Rodney Jones. Jones' kick up towards half forward in the direction of Jason Bodigal, and over the top of Coffey has taken a very strong mark. He plays on immediately in the direction of Morgan. Morgan can't get back in time to take the mark, but in the meantime there's been a free kick given to the South Bunbury player as Sam Owen came over the back of Darren Coram, and Coram has a chance to stretch the South Bunbury lead with no match. There must only be a minute or so to go before the half-time break. Coram from about that 35-40 metres out, there goes the kick. It looks good off the boot. He's hit the post, would you believe? And the minor score on the board as South Bunbury move along to 8 goals 3, leading Augusta Margaret River 8 goals 1. Wait on Sam Owen at full-back. He kicks the ball out wide towards that hospital side of the ground. Players having a wrestling match over there, and the umpire said, yes, you were holding Wrigglesworth by the arm, and Wrigglesworth will take the free kick. He goes further wider towards that wing position in the direction of Benbow. He can't get there in time, and the ball's forced over the line and out of bounds by Darren Jeffries of the South Bunbury Tigers. There goes the throw in. Once again, it's that right Jakovic duel, but over the top comes Wayne Rosa. He tries to get the tap forward, can't do so. South kick the ball up towards half forward. Morgan and Wrigglesworth having a wrestling match, and this allows Darren Short the chance. He can't gather the football. A chance there for South Bunbury. Very wide over on that centre wing position. As Short gathers, kicks up towards Rogers. Him and his marksman both slip over. This will allow South Bunbury the chance to get back and gather the football. And in the meantime, the umpire has said you pushed him in the back and South will get the kick. He kicks up towards that half-back position and picked up by Jeffries. He gets his right boot to the football, up towards the centre of the ground. Ball's got left all players over the top, allows Morgan, who taps on brilliantly in the direction of Scotty Waldrop. Waldrop can't gather, this allows Preedy the chance. Morgan follows up his own play. He's bumped in the back by Van Byrne, and the free kick will go the way of the big centre half forward, Damien Morgan, for the South Bunbury side. Morgan, 45, he'll kick from 48, 50 metre. He's gone with a short pass to very loose checking there by the Augusta Margaret River defensive zone, and the mark has been taken by, it looks like, Mark Sofield from here. Only about 30, he'll kick from 30 metres out, 32, 33 metres out, and we'll just wait on, I think it is Sofield. There goes the kick. No, I'm sorry, it was Scotty Waldrop, was it? He kicks towards full forward. Pack of players, no one can take the mark. Win this very entertaining first half of football in the 1990 Colts Grand Final. It's South Bunbury. They are leading 8-3 to Augusta Margaret, 8-1, and 2 points the difference in a tremendous first half of football. Sorry, money. The start of this third quarter, very vital quarter in all games of football, not only finals and qualifying games as the ball's bouncing in the centre of the ground. It's forced forward to Woods. Augusta Margaret half forward line, but coming out strongly is Jeffries. He gets a hand pass over towards his teammate, up towards that centre half forward position, and in front is Phil Napton to take a very strong mark. There goes Napton's kick, up towards the half forward position, picked up by Sharp. Sharp onto that left foot, but the ball bounces the wrong way and through for the minor score as South Bunbury crack first ice here in the third term. They lead 8-4 to 8-1, and if this game continues on in the same vein as the first half, South West football is certainly a long way from being well and truly over as far as years to come, with the talent on display here this morning in this Colts Grand Final. It's Saunders for the Augusta Margaret River side who receives a free kick on that half-back line. He gets the ball out towards Allen. Allen handballs over towards Hadley. Hadley on towards Jakovic, but the ball smothered that hand pass. Jakovic comes back with another chance, taps the ball out towards Allen. Allen kicks up towards the half-forward position, over the head of Trowles and Rogers. Trowles the first one back to recover. Bletchenden had a chance, but he was forced out of the way, and the umpire will move in and bounce the ball right on the edge of the centre square, the Augusta Margaret River's side of the centre circle. We wait on the umpire to throw the ball into the turf, and once again, as we said earlier on in the first half, it's Jakovic and Wright to do the battle work. No, this time it's the South Bunbury player in, looked like Moore, I think it was, to get the ball up towards half forward towards Morgan. Morgan with a brilliant hand pass over the direction of that dangerous man Sharp. Sharp onto the left boot, kicks towards full forward. We wait on the goal umpire, and he's signalled yes. Another goal on the board to South Bunbury as they stretch that lead. 9-4 are leading Augusta Margaret River 8-1. Back in the middle of the ground, that goal from Sharp was his personal fifth for the game, and we've only played 2 minutes into this third term as the ball's bounced in the middle of the ground. A chance there for South Bunbury to come away with the ball. Once again, there's a pack of players formed. The umpire says, I'll have the football, and he'll throw the ball down just wide of the centre circle position. This time we're back right with Wright and Jakovic to go to it again. Wright on his own, gets a clear tap away in the direction of Cruikshank. He can't gather. This allows Sofield the chance. He kicks out towards that half-forward flank. Short going back with the float of the ball has taken a very courageous mark. Darren Short, he plays, elects to play on, goes around his marksman, kicks the ball back in the same direction as just come from. Rosa over the back, can't take the mark. Ball runs free, chance for Bletcherton. He spins out of trouble nicely, gets onto his left foot. Shuffles a kick down towards half-forward, but coming out strongly, it looked like Trowels there for the South Bunbury side. He kicks wide and over towards Jones. Jones gathers nicely, kicks up towards half-forward. This allows Bean the chance for Augusta Murray. He can't take the mark. Morgan runs onto the football. And South have the run of the ball going towards there. Morgan back into the fray. He's held without the football, and a free kick should go the way of Damien Morgan at centre-half forward for the South Bunbury side. He plays on immediately, shoots the ball over towards Sofield, who's made himself available, brilliantly cut off by Wrigglesworth for the Augusta Margaret side. He's come in and tackled very high, and the free kick will go the way of Kenny Wrigglesworth at the true centre-half back position. There goes his kick out towards this grandstand side, over towards Rosa, high into the air, up before acceptances was Rosa, and waiting down to take the mark was Scott Waldrop. Waldrop goes short into the centre of the ground and finds his teammate in Sofield. Sofield elects to go long up towards that full forward zone. Owens and doing battle there, but nudged out of the way brilliantly by a player in, it looks like Mark Brown. And Brown from about 30 metres out, sorry, not Brown, it's Darren Coram, and he's about 30 metres out from goals on a very slight angle. Should have no trouble whatsoever with the distance. As we wait on Coram, there goes his kick, straight as a die, and there's no risk about that. That's straight through the middle as South Bunbury are starting to assert their authority on this game, and they lead 10 goals 4 to Augusta Margaret 8 goals 1. South have now kicked the first 2 goals of the opening third term, and Augusta Margaret have not got the ball over their half-forward line. Very testing time, the first 10 or so minutes of this third term. Which side can get the advantage, get the upper hand? It's Wright who tries to take clean possession. He miskicks, a chance for Bletcherton to swoop on the ball as the Hawks go into attack. But strong in defence is Travis Rendell to take the mark. Rendell comes wide out towards the South Bunbury club outside of the ground. He finds his teammate in Jeffries. But on Jeffries as Rose is called back on the mark. Jeffries goes around, plays on wide. There goes his kick up towards the centre wing position. Not a very good kick, and Bendo has taken the mark on his chest. Bendo will relieve the pressure and drive the Hawks back into. There's a free kick to Bletcherton as he was pushed fair in the middle of the back, and Bletcherton will take the free kick right on this centre wing position for Augusta Margaret River. Nothing happening much further upfield. There's not much movement around as we wait on Bletcherton. He's gone with the torpedo punt up towards Jakovic's direction and Bell. Jakovic in front, couldn't bring down the mark. Wright grabs the loose football. He kicks up towards that centre wing position. A chance there again for Waldrop. He's caught holding the ball. No play on, calls the umpire. Rosa, he gets the ball out, handballs to himself, and then has given the free kick for holding the man. The Wayne Rosa's free kick on that centre wing position. Once again, very little movement up forward as he kicks high and wide. There's a chance for Jeffries to take the mark. He can't do so. This allows Trowels in. Trowels gathers the ball, goes back onto the loose football again. He's held without the football. This will allow Troy Lovekick the chance. He switches play over towards that right centre wing position. Running onto it is Phil Napton. Napton gets his long kick up towards half forward and dropping over the back to take a very good mark. It looks like Jason Bodygould. Bodygould goes around onto his right foot, kicks up towards the full forward zone. Tomazzi in front can't take the mark. Sharpers into that player's back, and Tomazzi will get the free kick in the last line of defence for the Augusta Margaret River side. Tomazzi decides to come wide out towards this grandstand side of the ground in the direction of Coffey, but it's the player in Cruikshank over the top who spoils the ball. Recovers, knocks it out of the open space. Bletcherton a chance, can't gather. Now this gives Neil Coffey the chance. He goes wide to Chris Allen. He pops the ball over to Wayne Rose, who could have been in real trouble. Got it back cleverly to Allen. Goes up towards Bell at half forward. He can't, and off the feet of Allen. Unluckily for the Augusta Margaret River side, out of bounds on the full, and the free kick will be taken by young Matthew George, who I think has just come onto the ground in this third term. There goes George's kick up towards his centre half forward in Damien Morgan. Morgan pushes the Augusta Margaret River player out of the way before the ball's in the required distance, and Chris Preedy will receive the free kick. There goes Preedy's kick, a very good pass out towards Rogers, who's come well down from his position at centre half forward. There goes Rogers' kick looking for Rosa. A chance there for, oh, very good mark to Troy Lubkick, who read the ball very well. There goes his kick in towards the centre of the ground. Short is there to try and gather the football. Saunders gathers the loose football brilliantly. Gets a nice hand pass out to Bletchenden. Bletchenden on to Short. Handball was a bit high. Short can go again to Bell. He does so. Bell must straighten to get on the left foot. He kicks towards full forward, but at the last minute the ball's veered away to the left and through for the minor score. As Augusta Margaret move on to 8-2, trailing South Bunbury 10-4, and we've played now getting up to 9 minutes into this third term. Right on Rendell, the full-back for the South Bunbury side. He kicks the ball straight down the middle of the ground. A very good kick, and in front it's Sean Bletchenden for the Augusta Margaret side, who's taken a very strong mark. Right on the edge of the centre square. Bletchenden now elects to play on, goes in short. Oh, bad kick. It's in front. South had the chance to take the mark. They didn't. Wrigglesworth has now moved up into the forward area. He gets a quick kick up towards the 10-yard square of the goal square, but in the last line of defence, the captain for the South Bunbury side in Paul Holmes has taken a very good mark. He kicks out towards his big ruckman in right. He can't take the mark. Chris Allen receives the crumbs. He handballs over to Rosa. Rosa with pace breaks the tail, gets the ball to Jakovic. Jakovic back to Allen. Allen can go short, looking for Rogers, and Rogers, 30-35 metres out from goals, has taken the mark on his chest. Well, the Hawks need a goal here. They need a steadier to get themselves regain their composure, and as South broke away early in that third term, kicking two very quick goals, Rogers has the chance from that 30-35 metres out. There goes his kick. It won't make the distance, ball off hands and through for the minor score, as Augusta Margaret to move along, to 8-3, trailing the South Bunbury Tigers 10-4. Rendell again from that full-back position. There goes his kick to the outer side of the ground, out towards the direction of Troy Marsh, but he bumps Saunders out of the road to allow his teammate the run of the football, tackled brilliantly by Short. In turn, though, the ball spills free, goes the way of the South Bunbury players into the centre of the ground. Trowles can't take the mark. This allows Shane Hadley the chance to gather the football. He gets onto his left foot, kicks, but only goes as far as Troy Marsh, who is taking a steadying mark on that half-back flank position for South Bunbury. Right on Troy Marsh's umpire blowing the whistle, calling the player back, but he elects to play on Marsh, but his kick drops in short, and Jakovic in front has taken a very good mark. There goes Jakovic's kick. He's looking for Rogers. He can't take the mark. This will allow the player in Scotty Waldrop to get the ball. Tackled brilliantly by Rosa. Ball gives the chance for Peter Mamoni. Mamoni with pace breaks away from his immediate marksman, kicks in towards full forward, and Kenny Wrigglesworth, who has now been shifted from that centre half back down to full forward, has come out and taken the mark. But he's going to kick right on the 50-metre line, and I think distance could be a problem here as Bendo has moved into open space. He's got him there on his own, no one within 30 metres of him. Wrigglesworth ignores that, thinks he can get the distance, goes to the long kick up towards full forward, drifts away to that left full forward pocket. Ball comes to the front of the pack. Danny Bell has swooped onto the ball, got onto his left foot, and he has kicked truly as Augusta Margaret start to come back, and they still trail 9-3 to South Bunbury 10-4.
Starting to pick up a little bit now from the southwest, so it might have a telling factor in the last quarter.
Which would favour
the Hawks in the last quarter.
Ball back in the centre of the ground. Once again, Jakovic, he gets the tap away. Bletchenden has the opportunity. He runs through two players, gets onto his right foot, up towards the Rogers direction again. And Rogers has taken a very strong mark, plays on immediately onto the left foot. Danny Bell has made himself available at the true centre half forward position. Bell will go long towards that full forward zone. There goes the kick. Mamoni opposed to two South Bunbury, but strong mark in the last line of defence to Paul Holmes for South Bunbury, right on the edge of the 10-yard square. There goes Holmes' kick out towards the South Bunbury clubhouse side of the ground. Players into the air, knocked away by Bletchenden. This gives a chance for Cruikshank to gain possession. He handballs over the direction of his teammate in Ben Bott. But in the meantime, there's been a free kick to go the way of Sean Bletchenden of Augusta Margaret River. Wait on Bletchenden as Wrigglesworth leads. Bletchenden decides to go long, kicks over that player's head. Short going back, Bell in front. And in the meantime, there's been a free kick pulled out for a push in the back in that pack. And the kick to go the way of Jeffries for South Bunbury. Didn't see really that one, but it must have been the umpire in a better position than we are. There goes the kick from Jeffries up into the middle of the ground. Very good kick marked by South. He handballs on immediately to Sofield as South start to get a run on down the middle of the ground. It's Scotty Waldrop. He kicks up towards the full forward zone, coming out in strong to take a very good mark, and is going to get 50 metres. Is the player in Darren Coram, who already has 3 goals to his credit in this game, in this 1990 grand final. A little bit undisciplined football there, as he'd already been given the mark, taken and paid by the umpire, and Sam Owens just a little bit frustrated, I should imagine, has pushed the player over, and Coram has been brought right up onto the goal line and makes no mistake as he pops through the 11th for the South Bunbury side. They lead 11-4, Augusta Margaret River 9-3. Just starting to pick up a little bit, and if Augusta Margaret River can keep in control, keep within touch at 3/4, they will coming home with it. Not that it's going to be worth very much at all. There's this bounce in the centre of the ground. Chance for Wright. He gathers himself, gets a hurried kick along the ground, and he goes as far as short with a long hand pass to Bletcherton. Bletcherton undecided whether to go left, right, then eventually comes to his right, kicks up towards Rogers. He taps cleverly back to Bletcherton. Bletcherton's in a little bit of trouble, but gets out of it very well over towards Chris Allen. Allen goes up towards that full forward zone. Claridge is there. Ball eludes all players and rolls through for the minor scorers. Augusta Margaret will move along to 9-4, trailing South Bunbury 11-4 by a margin of 12 points, and we're coming up to the 15-minute mark in this third term of the 1990 grand final. Rendell decides to come out wide towards the South Bunbury club outside of the ground. Rose is into the air, can't take the mark. He's immediately sat upon. This allows a player in Walbert to get a short pass in towards Sofield's, and Sofield's taken a steadying mark at half back. Sofield's decided to go more central as he kicks the ball into the centre of the ground. Only this allows Short the chance. Hadley, he was tackled high, but no play on calls the umpire. Chance there for Napton. He knocks the ball on, but it's Short who gathers and kicks for the safety of the boundary line as it goes out of bounds right in front of the grandstand here at Haynes, and right on the centre wing position as the boundary umpire will bring the ball back into play. There goes the throw in. It's Wright and Jakovic again. Wright stumbles as he goes to the ball. Ball comes down towards Rosa. He gets a handball to Hadley. This kick around the corner, though, only goes as far as Waldrop. And Waldrop has his teammate in Cruikshank available in the middle of the ground. This he goes to. Cruikshank will go wider still across to the true centre of the ground and find his teammate in Jones. Jones has 2 bounces. Kicks up towards full forward zone. Coram out in front. Can't take the mark. Comes off hands to Bodigal. He gets onto the left foot. Shoots towards full forward. The South Bunbury players like it. And it's another one on the board for the Red and Whites as they move along to 12-4, leading Augusta Margaret River 9-4. Back in the middle of the ground as we wait the umpire to throw the ball into the turf, with South now broken up a handy lead of 3 goals. It's big ruckman Wright again, who's done a tower of work on the ball this afternoon. There's his stump up towards half forward, but it's Darren Short who's having a fit of the fumbles at the moment, can't gather the ball. This will allow Morgan a chance to run onto the football. He's held without the football. Play on calls the umpire. Tomazzi gets a handball away in the direction of Benbow. Benbow will go short, and he'll find Chris Allen. Allen over the top with a handball to Rosa. He's got Bletcherton short upfield if he likes to go to him. He does so. Handball's not that good. Bletcherton go infield to Allen, who's run downfield to create. There goes Allen's kick up towards the Rogers Bell direction. Overruns the ball is Mark Brown, but Rogers had the run of the ball, but he's overrun also, and Brown's come back into the play, gets his handball over towards Paul Holmes. But Brown still chasing, gets his handball over to Jones. Jones eludes one tackle, gets onto his right foot, shoots out towards Ben Bott. Bott has a break of 3 or 4 metres on his opponent in Jakovic, who's chasing. Bott gets one bounce, then it elects to come more central in towards Cruikshank, and Cruikshank's taken the mark. But on Cruikshank has Coram offers a lead from deep foot full forward out in front, but Owen spoils the ball. This will give Short the chance. He stumps the ball clear. Big Sam Owen has come well down from full back, forcing the ball out towards that boundary line. He's tackled by his immediate opponent. He gets the ball to Rosa, but the smother off the boot by Morgan sees the ball roll over the line and out of bounds on that left half forward flank position for South Bunbury. 18 minutes gone and 3 goals the difference, with South Bunbury leading. There's the throw in. Jakovic and Wright go it again. No one can get a clear tap away. Van Veen throws himself in on the football, and for his effort he's rewarded with the free kick. The weight on Van Veen, there goes his kick up towards the centre of the ground. Saunders opposed to 2 South Bunbury players. Ball comes over the back. This allows Bott the chance to run on the loose football. He gets his kick into the ball, goes more central towards centre half forward. Coming through to is Short, who dropped Mark, but then recovers to get his kick down towards Saunders. Saunders can't gather the ball, does well to recover, can get his handball out to Bletchley. He's caught holding, no play on, calls the umpire. Eventually thumps it out towards Bletchley. His handball's cut off brilliantly by the South Bunbury player in Jones. He gets it up to his opponent, and there's on again here as a silly after he got rid of the ball, and there will be a relayed free kick down the ground as Waldrop got his kick, and in come late was Van Veen, and the relayed free kick will go down to Bodycool, it looks like, for South Bunbury at centre half forward.
I think they could have taken the free kick off them for that.
Didn't really see what happened there.
The South Bunbury player came in and gave the
Yes, well, it's Bodycool now from around about that 45 metres out. There goes the kick from Bodycool up towards full forward, away to the left-hand side, and the minor score on the board as South move along to 12-5, leading Augusta Margaret over 9 goals for a margin of 19 points, and we're moving into the 20-minute mark of this third term. So Augusta Margaret will want to be much further out of their depth than this at this stage, and as they turn for home in that last quarter, as the ball's out towards that scoreboard side of the ground. No one can gather. This will allow Neil Coffey, is it, the chance to run on the football. He thumps the ball further field, but give the chance to Waldrop, I think it is, for the South Bunbury side to gather. He gets in towards the centre, more central position, and allows his big man in Phil Napton to take a very good mark. Napton goes up towards half forward. Rosa from behind, no mark. Play on, calls the umpire. Rosa with pace, gets away from Morgan, shoots a short pass in towards Drono. Jason Drono has the mark in the centre of the ground as the South Bunbury player comes over the mark. Now he's called back by the central umpire. There goes Drono's kick. He kicks into the man on the mark. Luckily for the Hawks, it rebounds to Chris Allen. He gets a kick out wide towards Bell. Bell needs to get on the left foot, but unfortunately the boundary line is too close, and the ball has been taken over the line and out of bounds. And we'll just wait on the boundary umpire to bring the ball back into play. This time it's Axel doing battle with big Wright for South Bunbury, but coming through strongly from half back is Jeffries. He gathers, kicks up towards this wing position. Morgan out in front of his opponent in Preedy. Preedy with the football, but he's just prepared to run the ball over the line and out of bounds as players once again decide to just throw a couple of light punches. There goes the boundary throw in. This time it'll be Napton doing the ruck work with Jakovic. Napton gets a second chance, thumps the ball forward. 2 Augusta Margaret players run into each other. Ball spills free, allows Short the kick. He kicks up, but only to a nest of South Bunbury players. And Ben Bott says, let it go, boys, I'll take the mark. And he's taken a very simple mark. There goes Bott. He elects to play on. Pressure coming late from Rogers, but Bott gets his kick in. Up towards half forward to Mazzy in front of Sharp. No mark. Sharp's the best to recover. Gets a handball on nicely to Scott Waldrop. Waldrop running in towards goals. The goal umpire moves a bit to his left, but he says that's good enough for me. And that's another on the board to South Bunbury as they get further ahead. 13-5, leading Augusta Margaret over 9 goals for as we played 22 minutes into this third term. Minutes gone as the ball's back in the centre of the ground. Matthew Payne having a run on the ball now for the Hawks, but it was Wright who gets the tap away, and South go into attack immediately, and that mark has been taken by Napton at centre half forward. He's 55, 60 metres from goal. He goes his kick up towards Coram, who's been a very busy player up at full forward this afternoon. for the South Bunbury Tigers. He has 4 goals to his credit at this stage as the ball spills free, and this allows Neville Rogers the chance to get onto his left foot. He kicks out wide towards Todd Exler, who's come off the interchange bench. Exler with pace gets away from Marsh, then grabs the kick only about 3 or 4 metres upfield, follows his own kick up, gets a hand pass out towards Short. Short tries to knock the ball further afield to accommodate Drono, but in the meantime the ball has gone over the line and out of bounds on the far side of the ground. It'll be Jakovic and Wright to do battle. No, it won't. It'll be Jakovic and Holmes to do the ruck work. Holmes gets a tap away, but only as far as Matthew Payne. Payne's kick goes into vacant territory, but reading the play better is Troy Lubke. He comes across from that half-back flank position, gathers, kicks out towards half-forward to his teammate in Troy Marsh, but coming over the top and thumping the ball out towards the boundary line is Matthew Payne of Augusta Margaret River. It'll be Payne doing the ruck work this time. To see South Bunbury increase their half-time lead. They lead 13 goals 5 to Augusta Margaret River 9 goals 4. Goal scorers up for the South Bunbury side. Ernie Sharp has 5, Darren Coram has 4, Jason Bodigal has 3, and Troy Marsh has 1. For Augusta Margaret River, lead carriage 3, 1 apiece to Hadley, Rosa, Benbow, Jakovic, and 2 to Danny Bell. Bunbury and Augusta Margaret River in the Colts, and it's South who hold a handy 25-point lead. In the meantime, the ball has been bounced and there's been an infringement in the centre of the ground, and Jakovic will take the free kick for Augusta Margaret. He drives the young Hawks up towards half forward. South Bunbury player held without the football, and the kick to go the way of Cruikshank. Cruikshank for South will relieve the pressure for the South Bunbury side. He goes straight down the middle of the ground, a chance for Jakovic to take the mark. In from the side was Sofield, no mark can taken. Benbow gets a left foot kick out towards his half forward flank. Wigglesworth's in the lead for the race. He gets a little nudge in the back, and the kick will go the way of Kenny Wrigglesworth. Wrigglesworth's kick up towards the half-forward position, but coming out in front is Holmes to get his kick down towards half-forward. Bodicles a chance as he runs onto the football with pace, swings the ball back in towards that full-forward pocket, a chance for Coram running back with the flight of the football. He can't take the mark, and eventually the ball is thumped over the line and out of bounds by Danny Tomazzi for Augusta Margaret River. Well, South transferred that ball very quickly from their half-back position down to their full-forward pocket position, and in a scoring position at the moment as we wait on the boundary umpire. It'll be Coram to do the ruck work with Jakovic, who has rucked nearly tirelessly all day. Had a short spell when Payne came onto the ball, but it's Jakovic and Coram. Jakovic gets a tap down towards Tomazzi. He gets onto his left foot, up towards Preedy and the player in Napton, but Napton with strength has taken a very solid mark on the 50-metre line for South Bunbury. Very important, this first goal of this last term. Whoever scores this, then there's a loose player there for South Bunbury in Sofield on his own, but no one. Napton decides to go long towards full forward. Back in the air, ball comes off hands, picked up by Chris Preedy. He gets his kick out only as far as a player in Cruikshank. That ball's not clear, and in the meantime, there's a free kick will go the way of Scott Waldrop, who has been a very busy player for South Bunbury in this Colts Grand Final. Wait on Waldrop, I think he's a bit too far out, but he can go short, an unchecked player there in Sofield. He was the player before when Napton had the kick unchecked, and from that play, the Augusta Margaret River defence very loose, didn't pick up Sofield at all, and he's made himself available. He's only 35 metres out from goals on a very slight angle, shouldn't have any problem with the distance. There goes the kick, it's away to the left-hand side and over the line and out of bounds in that left full forward pocket. 2 minutes in, nearly 3 minutes into this final term of the 1990 Grand Final. Here goes the throw in, Coram in front, taps the ball towards the boundary line. Tomazzi runs onto the football, but once again, players just run the ball over the line and out of bounds. Right on the throw in, it's Coram again to do with Jakovic. Over the top comes Bodical with a good thump. This only as far though as Neville Rogers for Augusta Margaret River. Rogers onto that left foot, kicks up towards Rosa, but the kick not equal to the task, and Troy Marsh, dropping in short, has taken the mark. There goes Marsh's kick. Up in the direction of Coram, coming in from this side, and a very good mark to Jakovic. And Jakovic will take the relieving free kick No, in the meantime, there's been a free kick pulled out by the umpire. He said that young Darren Coram was held by the jumper, and Coram from, 25 metres out has the chance to bring up South Bunbury's 14th goal. There goes the kick. The goal umpire moves to his right, but there's no risk there. That's straight through the middle. And South Bunbury move along to 14 goals 5, lead Augusta Margaret over 9 goals 4. And we're nearly 4 minutes into this term, and that could be a very handy goal to South to seal this game right up. Going to take a big effort now from this Augusta Margaret side to get back into this game. The South's overall strength starting to tell the bigger side, and the more mobile players as the ball's been transferred back to the middle of the ground, and the umpire humps the ball in the turf. It's right again with Jakovic. Jakovic gets the tap. It only goes as far as Rose. Rose gets his kick down the direction of Bodigal. Bodigal comes out to meet the ball. He overruns. This gives Travada the chance. Socket clear by Augusta Margaret. This allows Rosa. He gets onto his left foot, kicks off the side of the boot towards boundary. He's still got pace, gets away from his immediate marksman. Coming in to tackle is Crookshank. Rosa gets around that player, kicks up towards Bletcherton. Coming from behind is Troy Lovekick. He thumps the ball clear, then recovers off the grid, gets the ball over towards Jones. Jones's handball towards Jeffries. Jeffries gets a kick up towards half forward, but standing there on his own is Benbow. Benbow's left foot kick out towards 2-3 Augusta Margaret players, and it's Bletcherton who says it's mine and has taken the mark. He's gone wide across towards centre half forward towards Rogers, and Rogers from behind Jeffries has taken a very good mark. Well, if the Hawks are going to get back into this game, this is the goal they need from this attacking move. Rogers, he's gone wider still, out towards Drono on that 50-metre line, or about 45, 48 metres from goals on this left half forward flank position. Wait on Drono. There's a chance he can pop the ball over to Hadley, who was unmarked only 25 metres from goals. He elects not to and is going to go long towards the goal square. There goes the kick, a pack of players in the air. All players high, no one can take it. Picked up by Hadley, his kick smothered. Chance for Bell, who sweeps on, gets onto his left foot. His kick smothered. Chance for Rogers. He's got the fit of the fumbles, can't pick the ball up. Now he does. Gets a long hand pass out in the direction of Chris Allen on his own. Allen shoots towards full forward. The big crowd of Augusta Margaret supporters behind the goals like that one. Allen's brought up the 10th goal of the game for Augusta Margaret. They move along to 10 goals 4, trailing South Bunbury 14-5, and the margin still 25 points as it was at the 3/4 time break. Now the ball's back in the centre. He's a tested character to the young Hawks side. If they can come back, the bounce favours right. He gets a tap out towards Sofield. Sofield with strength breaks the tackle, gets his kick up towards half forward, coming out Van on all fours, can't take the mark. Bodical swoops onto the football, has a bounce, kicks in towards full forward, but he's offline and the ball's gone out of bounds on the full in that right full forward pocket, and it'll be Daniel Tomazzi to take the relieving kick for Augusta Margaret River. Very quick out of the centre of the ground then, the South Bunbury Tigers. They got the ball down deep into attack, but it's Tomazzi to relieve the pressure. There goes his kick up towards this half-forward, half-back flank position on the South Bunbury club side of the ground. Kick out of the pack was by Travada, and the ball has been marked 25, 30 metres out from goals by a South Bunbury player in Darren Coram, who has been shifted to full forward. He already has 4 to his name. He has a chance to bring up his 5th and join the other danger man in the forward line in Sharp, who has 5 for the match. We wait on Coram as he lines up. There goes his kick. He's made no mistake about that. He's kicked his 5th. He's brought up South Bunbury's 15. They move along 15-5, leading Augusta Margaret with 10 goals 4, and we played 8 minutes into this last quarter. When you look at the start of the game, I suppose it is the biggest crowd that these boys have played in all year. Usually they get to the ground, there's usually the trainers, the runners and so forth there, and a few parents that like to get along the game early and watch their boys play, but this afternoon playing in front of a very big crowd. as the ball's been bounced in the centre of the ground. It's Rogers the chance. He gets a handball towards Allen. Allen for Augusta Margaret River can go forward. He kicks wide out towards the Ronald McKenzie direction, who's come onto the ground as off the interchange. McKenzie on his left foot, kicks towards Bell, but then chopping into cut that forward move off his Lubke, gets his kick back. Oh, there's a kick, push in the back to Wayne Rosa for the Hawks side, and Rosa will take the kick on this centre wing position. Jono has made a move up forward, and he's no. In the meantime, the umpire said, you've got to come back on the mark, son. To young Rodney Jones, who I feel was a little bit unlucky, as Rosa was creeping around to try and gain the advantage, but umpires did blow the whistle and didn't come back on the mark, and so Rosa has a 50 metre. Now he will kick from about 30-40 metres out from goals, young Wayne Rosa. This would be a handy one. This would reduce that deficit that they do face at the moment, the young Augusta Margaret River side, as we wait on Rosa. There goes his kick off the boot, has the distance, not the accuracy, and to the right-hand side, and the minor score as they move along to 10-5, trailing South Bunbury 15-5, and it's a 30-point margin at the 10-minute mark of this last quarter. Travis Reynolds to kick into play, one of the very good player in the second semi-final when South did beat Augusta Margaret River. Kicks in long down, straight down the centre of the ground. Well, there was a throw out of the pack by South. Wright is tackled, he's holding the ball. No, play on calls the umpire. Hurried kick forward by South Bunbury. This allows Shane Hadley the run of the football. He overruns. Coming back into the play is Ben Bott. Can't gather. This will allow Napton a chance to run on the football. He falls over. Knocked forward by Augusta Margaret River in the direction of Wayne Rosa. Rosa gets his kick smothered brilliantly off the boot. The ball spills free in the direction of Neville Rogers. Rogers gets a kick up towards half forward. Holmes drifting back with the fright of the football, can't take the mark. Chance for Bell to sweep on. Him with strength, breaks the tackle, can't keep control of the ball as Holmes picks up. He dummies around a player in McKenzie, but in the meantime there's been a free kick pulled out of this one, and it's Holmes who was held high and will take the recipient of a free kick. There goes Holmes' kick up towards Crookshank. Crookshank in the back of Hadley, was it? No, no, the kick has gone the other way. It's going the way of Crookshank. Well, I thought Crookshank nudged Hadley, but the umpire's in a better position than we are. There goes the kick from Crookshank. Rogers in front, chance for Bletcherton to gather. He's onto the left foot again, forced to the boundary as he gets his kick. That was a high over the neck, but no play on calls the umpire. Wright's in there, but off the boot of Neil Coppy, and the ball has gone over the line and out of bounds, right on this centre wing position in front of the big crowd sitting in front of the grandstand here at Haynes. Of course, they're waiting for the reserves and the league game to follow later on this afternoon. There's the throw-in. Wright was held, but no kick played. Ball to the back of the pack. Chance for Bletcherton. He gets his kick wide. Up towards Todd Axel. Axel with pace has a chance, but Jeffries for South Bunbury is there first, but the ball eludes that player. Todd Axel picks up, shoots up towards Claridge at full forward. Rendell from behind thumps the ball clear and to the safety of the boundary, and it's over line and out of bounds in that right full forward pocket for Augusta Margaret River, as we've played now 12 minutes into this term, and South Bunbury hold a very handy lead of 5 straight goals. There's the throw-in. Bell with strength. He's used a hip and shoulder on the throw-in, and the kick will go the way of Holmes. Wait on Holmes, deep in that back pocket position for the South Bunbury side to relieve the pressure. Not much happening upfield. Now he elects to go down the middle of the ground in the direction of Saffield. He's going to run over the ball, but in the meantime, Scott Waldrop, a very, very good marker. He's fallen backwards, and Waldrop is looking further afield as Morgan makes a break from centre half forward. Waldrop doesn't like that option. Now he decides to go towards the centre of the ground, and it's player in Napton who follows up his own play. Socket off the ground by Hadley. Chance for Jakovic to gather. He gets onto the left foot, shoots the ball out towards Wrigglesworth over that player's head. This will allow Brown to come through for South Bunbury. Kicks to the centre of the ground. No mark taken there by Troy Marsh. A chance for Benbow. He's high, tackled high, but the umpire said holding to the man, and he will bounce the ball down just wide of the centre circle, between the centre circle and the centre wing position. Haven't done a bad job, these two umpires, this afternoon, as we wait as he throws the ball in the turf. Jakovic and Wright going for it again. Wright this time gets a tap over towards Napton. Napton kicks smothered brilliantly by Rogers. Tapped on further by Benbow, up into the middle of the ground. Bletcherton gets himself front position. Two players fighting for the ball. Bletcherton running back into the traffic, gets around, gets a handball out towards Benbow. His kick only travels as far as Wright. Wright with a big long torpedo punt at 45, 50 metres downfield. Chance for Travado, can't gather. Van Buren comes back, took a long time to get rid of the ball. Coffey gets gathers the ball. Chance for Sam Owen out of full-back. He sockers the ball to Jakovic. Jakovic back to Owen, who's come well down the field, gets a handball over towards Chris Allen. Allen's under all sorts of pressure, but eventually breaks free. He's onto the loose football, gets his kick up over the top of Jeffries in the direction of Claridge, off that player's knee. Claridge gathers, tackled strongly by Travis Rendell. Rendell gets his kick, and now it's South's turn to rebound as they've got loose players upfield. And the ball goes out towards Cruikshank, who's taken the mark in front of Hadley. Cruikshank, he goes in short towards Sofield, who's been a very busy player also. Well spoiled by Rosa. Rosa fights, falls onto the football. The umpire should move in and bounce the ball down just about in the centre circle as time's starting to tick away in this grand final for 1990, as South Bunbury still hang on to that handy 30-point lead as we're moving into the 15-minute mark as young Matthew George comes back onto the ground for the South Bunbury side. There goes Betchen's kick. It's smothered off the boot by Napton, picked up by Sofield. He goes wide to Morgan, who has taken a strong mark. Morgan goes short. He does so. And South Bunbury starting to abuse the loose man as they run down the middle of the ground, and Sofield's made himself available about 30-35 metres out from goal as South moves that ball quickly out of the centre of the ground, had the runners, and Sofield has taken the steady and mark, and he shouldn't have any praise. Gone short again as a very loose checking in defence by the Augusta Margaret River side, as he's just popped the ball over 20-25 metres to his teammate, who I think is Jones, but we'll just have to wait and see on that. It's he's about to kick from the 25-metre line. Yes, it was young Jones, and if there wasn't a sealer before, I think that's put the seal on the game, as they've increased that lead to 36 points, 16-5, leading Augusta Margaret River 10-5. Minutes gone as the ball's back in the middle of the ground. South Bunbury hold that very good lead as the right gets a tap down towards George. Young Matthew George, who has just come onto the ground. There goes his kick up towards half forward. Graham Benbow has taken a strong mark at half back. Benbow elects to go out wide towards the hospital side of the ground, direction of Exel, but coming through strongly from that back pocket position has brought the ball right up to the centre of the ground is young Darren Jeffries. But in the meantime, young Preedy has pushed Damien Morgan in the back, and Morgan will receive the free kick for South. There goes Morgan's kick up in the direction of that forward pocket, but Neil Coffey, reading the play well out in front of Richie Brown, has taken the mark. His kick goes wide towards Neville Rogers, who's come down to that centre wing position. There goes Rogers' high kick out towards Todd Exel on the boundary line. At the ball, beats that player and rolls over the line and out of bounds on the far side of the ground. Wait on the boundary umpire to bring the ball back into play. South holding that 36-point lead as we've played now 17 minutes in this final term. It's going to take a big effort for the Hawks to get up as young Matthew George. He gets a kick up towards Damien Morgan, and Morgan with two grabs has taken the mark. Chris Preedy having a bit of a wrestling match with that player, but it's Morgan who's got the mark. He plays on, kicks up towards a body goal. Oh, there's a push in the back by Richie Brown to the player Neil Coffey, but went unnoticed by the umpire. Still a chance for Waldrott. He gets a kick up in the direction of Coram again. He's running onto the ball, but unfortunately he had a player loose in the square, but the boundary line was too close, and it's over the line and out of bounds, and I suppose South would be quite happy with that, just to bottle the ball up in that forward pocket. There goes the throw in. No clear tap away. Chance for Van Been. Ball comes off a boot. Sam Owen for Augusta Margaret River. He gets his kick in, but no. Smothered brilliantly off the boot by Scott Waldrott. And once again, that ball's gone out of bounds in that forward pocket. We're just waiting. The boundary umpire the field umpire has blown the whistle for some reason. And he wants the boundary umpire to bring the ball back into play. South Bunbury player down after that kick. He's up on his feet now, which is good to see. Over the top is Bodicle. It's far down the ball, only as far as Chris Allen. Chris Allen with one bounce, breaks across half back. There goes the long torpedo punt up towards the centre wing position and Bletcheden. He swoops in front of the South Bunbury player to take the mark. Bletchton's kick up towards half forward in the way towards Neville Rogers. This gives a chance to Mark Brown. He gets in front position of Wrigglesworth. Wrigglesworth taps the ball on to accommodate McKenzie. Unfortunately, he runs the football. Out comes Rosa, who tries to sock her. That could have been in danger. Rosa having a fit of the fumbles, can't pick up the ball. The ball comes off the legs of the South Bunbury player and goes in young Mark Brown, and it's gone over the line and out of bounds on the grandstand side here at Hens Memorial. And the boundary umpire throws the ball in right again. He's done a tower of work this afternoon on this on the ruck. There goes his throw in as young Shane Coonan comes onto the ground for South Bunbury at the 18-19 minute mark as it's picked up there by Lubke. He gets a left foot kick only as far as Drono. Drono gathers, breaks around sharp, gets his right foot up towards Claridge, but strong play by Rendell, thumps the ball clear, only as far as is it Neil Coffey. Coffey's now up into the forward zone. Chance for Drono, gets a handball to open spaces towards McKenzie, but South Bunbury to relieve the pressure. They get the ball up towards the centre of the ground, and Mark Sofield, he can't gather. Well played by Darren Short, who thumps the ball clear, follows up his own play, gets the kick in towards Rogers. He can go on if he likes and shoot in towards an open goal. There goes Rogers' kick. We'll wait on the goal umpire on this one. Up line to the right-hand side, and the Miners score on the board as they move along to 10-6, trailing South Bunbury 16-5 as we've played 19 minutes and 29 seconds. Nearly going into time on, and South Bunbury look as though they have this Colts 1990 grand final sewn up. Wait on Travis Rendell. There goes his kick out towards the hospital side of the ground. Ball drops short, and in front is Rogers. He takes the mark, uses the left foot, but not to the occasion. This allows Lubke, Troy Lubke, to clear Rosa high in the air. The ball comes over the pack of the players. It's transferred for Bletchton. He's caught holding the ball. No play on. Calls the umpire. Coffey has the chance. He gets his kick up towards half forward. Bell's in position to mark against Lubke. Tries to take the one-handed. Drono has the opportunity. Now this allows Rosa in. He's fumbled the football. Still a chance for McKenzie for Augusta Margaret River as they're working the ball forward up that half forward line. Bell's dummied around two players. Gets onto that left foot. Kicks up towards the full forward zone. Wrigglesworth going back with the flight of ball. But over the top comes Travis Rendell, and he elects to thump the ball wide over the line and out of bounds in that left full forward pocket for Augusta Margaret River as 20 minutes are up as we go into time on, and South Bunbury hold that commanding 35-point lead. There's a throw in, Rogers a chance, and as the Hawks continue to work the ball forward, they're not throwing the towel in. There's a chance from Drono. Handballs over towards McKenzie. Held without the ball. Play on, calls the umpire. Bletchton's at a chance, but it's Jeffries again. Been a very solid defender this afternoon. There goes Jeffries, breaking across half back with a bounce. Gets his kick in up towards the centre of the ground. Morgan coming in from centre half forward. Can't take the mark. Sock it off the ground, and Morgan's another chance. He thumps the ball forward towards Napton. Napton will get his kick up towards the forward pocket position, and there coming off the pack is and picked up by Richie Bowney. Runs into an open goal to bring up South Bunbury 17th for the afternoon as he's gone. Souths move along to 17-5, leading Augusta Margaret 10 goals, 6 at the 22-minute mark.
Going to have to close that bag up around there, boys. Can you bring it around this side and poke in that corner for me?
It's on again at half forward. A silly scuffle at this stage with the game being all over. We've played now 22 minutes into this final term as the ball's been returned back to the central umpire. As South Bunbury are looking to be premiers for 1990 in a great game of football here at Hens Memorial Oval for the people that were lucky to be here early. The big crowd witnessed especially the first half as the ball's kicked wide to that outer side of the ground. It's a chance for Chris Allen for Augusta Margaret River. He dummies around, gets onto the right boot, has found Jason Drono in open space. He's clear, he can run the ball well into the full forward zone, doesn't. Elects to go for the long kick. Travis Rendell was held. A chance for Lubke. He's tackled by Bell. Slung after he'd handballed the ball away, and the kick will go the way of Lubke in the back pocket, who also has been a very, very good defender for the South Bunbury side this afternoon. Wait on Lubke as he's been given instructions by Travis Rendell just to settle play down. Let's go long, son. Get the ball out of this danger zone. There goes his kick out towards the half-back flank position. Players into the air. Out the back was Sofield. Nearly took a strong mark. Rosa gets a hand pass out to Bletchin. Bletchin long. Finds Drono. Drono running in towards open goal. There goes the kick from 45 metres out. And that is a very good goal from there by young Jason Drono as he brings up Augusta Margaret 11 goals 6. Still trailing South Bunbury 17-5 with 23 minutes gone in this final term. Only a matter of a minute or so to go in this last quarter of the 1990 grand final of the Colts between Augusta Margaret River and South Bunbury. And South Bunbury, just their strength, overall strength in the second half has taken its toll on the smaller Augusta Margaret River side, and deservedly so. They're going to run out comfortable winners in this final as Jakovic gets a tap out. He's battled manfully in the ruck all this afternoon. There goes the kick up towards half forward. South Bunbury clear the ball away with a soccer off the ground by Troy Marsh over the direction of Rodney Jones. He can't gather. This will allow Sharp, who's been a very busy player up forward. Mark Sofield, he's grabbed without the football, should have received the free kick. The umpire said no, I'll move in and bounce the ball down. South Bunbury, 17 goals 5, 107. Running out winners over Augusta Margaret, 11 goals 6, 72. And a very good game of football in the first final this afternoon here at Hands Memorial Oval. Thanks very much. Because it's going to get wet.
Everything okay? You'll do it.